it's been a minute, but well, I'm here now. My apologies for taking a while to not upload anything. I was just looking at the best ways to be posting content, and so we will be posting content every Thursday. So if you're new here, there is a Digital Nomad. This platform we talk about skills that can land you remote jobs or freelancing. It's typically high earning skills that you can acquire. What are the websites you can learn about these skills? Where can you apply for jobs? What are actually these skills in depth? And today we're looking at social media management. So I have social media management today. Next week I'm gonna do next week I'm debating. So I found this new website for anyone who is interested with software development, if I'm not wrong. Software development. I'm going to put up something regarding that, and I'm going to post it. I'm thinking I'm going to post it in between now and Thursday, next week Thursday. So because it's just a quick overview of that, I will do it. Yes, I will do it most probably by Saturday. You guys can have it, so you can have a look at it if you're interested. It's an amazing opportunity. Let me tell you guys, this is an amazing one. So yes, so today we are talking about social media management, and it's a guide to become a social media manager. And let's deep dive into it. So the next thing is the basic question people ask is, what is social media management? And I will tell you there's a difference between social media management and social media marketing. So next week video will be about social media marketing. So social media management is a process that involves creating content, scheduling it, publishing, developing strategies, interacting with users, growing your reach. You monitor the performance of the account, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, and that. And then it's basically just building a relationship with you and your subscribers. It can even be YouTube, so even if it's YouTube and all that. So that is what social media management is all about. So there is an aspect of creating content and also social media management. So let's talk about a step-by-step guide to get started. One, you need to learn about scheduling tools. So scheduling tools, these are tools that are going to help you plan yourself easily, because if you have content for a whole month, daily posting can be tedious. If not tedious, you can forget quickly, or maybe time can pass, or maybe you can be in the middle of something and you're not able to post at that particular time. So that's what scheduling tools help with. Then you need to learn about different platforms and the sizes of their images. So I am going to do a snippet of different of them. Most of them, you will find out they're just if you just Google online, you'll get. So the sizes are in pixels. So like on Instagram, it's a square. So the square is a 1080 by 1080, or you can do a 1080 by 1350, which is like a portrait. Portrait. Facebook, it used to be landscape, which was 1200 by 620, but now I've seen it adapt more of the Instagram sizes, so you'll find it's 1200 by 1200. So those are some of the things you need to learn when you're doing social media management, because you're going to create this post and they need to be of best sizes and all that for it to be optimized well. Then you need to learn the basics of ad running. So why I said basics is, if you want to do just social media management, that's okay. But if you want to do social media management and social media marketing, then you need to learn either in depth or the basics. So in social media marketing, I will touch base on some of the things, what involves about ad running and all that. So I'm going to put it there. Then you need to learn about content strategy and best hours to post. So content strategy is basically learning how to what content strategies who is the target audience, when are you going, what are the best times to post, is it noon, is it, depending on the brand that you are managing and the time zones of that brand. So what are the times best to see this? There are tools for you to be able to use for you to see the best times to post and all that, so that your post can get, remember, a social media management goal is to create engagement, you're basically becoming having an online presence, discussing with people, replying to comments, replying to DMs. So you need to know what particular, if I post a reel at a particular time, will it perform better, will it have better reach and all that, because that's what content strategy is. Then you need to learn social media strategies as well. So I will say this, in your process of learning these skills, you need to dedicate at least 1 to 3 months of learning, depending on your current level of expertise. Reason being is, maybe you have done social media management before, so it will only need you a month to polish up. And this, I'm putting it in a way, maybe you're learning over the weekend and all that. In any skill that, in any remote job you want to land yourself, you have to have a skill that leads you there. And in order for you to have this skill, you need to sacrifice some of your time so that you can learn this skill. For you to, it's looking at, it's a short-term investment for the long-term goal. So the long-term goal is to work anywhere for any company, or just be a freelancer and earn proper money. The short-term goal is to equip yourself with that skill. So you can first equip yourself with the basics of that skill. And then as you learn, you see, the more you do it, the more you constantly do it, the more you grow, the more you become better. It's the practice makes perfect. So that's the step guide I will say to it. So what is your job description? Because you will ask yourself, what am I going to be doing as a social media manager? So you'll be creating and tailoring your brands, that is social media strategy, brand social media strategies. You need to identify your target audience and research their preferences, their interests, their needs. What do they actually want? Is this something they would consume? So it purely depends on whether the brand that you're going to work with, it's either a B2C, which is business to customer, or a B2B, which is business to business. So you need to do that. You need to select the social media networks to present your company. So you might find the company already has maybe has channels already they are running. So it might, depending on what they're doing, they might be using Instagram and Twitter. They might be using Facebook and Instagram. So you can use that. You can always suggest another platform, but before you suggest that platform, just do your due diligence to know whether this can work or this will not work for that particular brand of that. Then you increase social media reach. There are so many ways of doing this. Social media reach, you can do organically or you can do using ads. So organically is creating content that is engaging, that Facebook, that Instagram algorithms will push it out there on its own. So it has to be enticing, it has to look good to the eye. So you have to remember, Instagram is a visual platform. So people buy what they see. If it's visually appealing, they're gonna click on it or save it. Facebook is a community place, so they will want to see the picture, they will want to read in the description, it depends also. The target group on Facebook is different to the target group on Instagram, and it's totally different to the target group on Pinterest or LinkedIn or even Twitter. So each and every platform has its own people who use it a lot, so you have to know that as well. Then work out the schedule of content publishing, like I said, using scheduling tools. Then you interact with leads and customers via social platforms. So most of the people these days, they will constantly be asking on social media. They'll come on your Instagram to ask, hi, how about this? So you need to learn more about the brand so that you're able to answer Always remember, if you don't have a direct question at the moment, you can always tell them we are getting back to you shortly. Then you can inquire from your from the brand, from the owner, all that, what's the best way to reply to such a comment. Then management tools. So there are so many out here. Let me tell you, every day there is a management tool coming out, and you just need to learn what best will work for you. So you have Sprout Social, we have Buffer, we have Later, we have Hotsuite, we have HubSpot that I didn't put here, we have Metricool, we have MetaSuite, we have CoSchedule. So if you're really using Facebook and Instagram, I would totally advise use the MetaSuite, because Meta bought Instagram. So Meta is the company that owns Facebook and Instagram and now WhatsApp. So they have integrated some of their management tools together, so it's very easy to reply to comments and all that. I'm gonna give a snippet up here of how the MetaSuite looks like, and maybe yes, the MetaSuite, how it looks like. That is if you're doing Facebook, Instagram. If you're doing things like YouTube and Shorts, Metricool is the only one that I've seen that you can schedule YouTube Shorts. But I'm so sure there are others maybe I haven't discovered. It's always a discovering journey out here, so use a platform that always works for you. You'll find even maybe the client, they already have a platform that they use. Then the next thing you need to learn are design tools. So if you notice on here, I've done non-designers and designers. So why did I do non-designers and designers? Forgive my typos. I can see there Adobe Photoshop I have a designer error there. So non-designer is if you don't have a design background. Does it mean that you can't do social media management? No, you can still do it. So if you don't have a design background, then you can use Canva. Canva is it's a designing tool for non-designers. Reason being, you have every template pre-made for you. So it's up to you to just tweak it a little bit. Make it look like the brand, make the brand colors look the part, choose the fonts and all that. So you don't have to think a lot about how does this have to look like. You already have the template there, so it has thousands, millions, I think, of templates made. Then you have Adobe Express. It's a similar to Canva, but it's owned by Adobe, so it's still similar. You can use that. Then you have a design background, then you can use Photoshop, you can use Figma, you can use Illustrator, you can use the whole Adobe suite for editing videos, editing images and all that. You will need to learn that. So, but if you're starting, you don't have a background in design, start with Canva. For sure, it's the easiest. It's so easy to learn. The templates already made for you there, so you don't have to think about, oh, the size of this is supposed to be what, because the templates, they have the sizes there. If it's LinkedIn carousels, if it's Pinterest videos, if it's Instagram reels, they have every template there. It's just up to you to edit. But you need to learn design tools because you need to be making some of the content, some of the graphics for your social media platforms. But you can also find yourself, maybe you're in a company where there is someone who is already doing that, which is an advantage, but you can always learn so that it's also an added skill to your So how to effectively become a social media manager. So these are just the basics of what you need to effectively become a social media manager. You need to always research your target audience because you can just start. You need to know their demographics. You need to know where they are, what they do, what type of tendencies do they have online. Are they online purchasers? Are they their tools? There are different tools for you to learn that. But if someone tells you they are selling, let me give you a very good example. If someone says they are selling a luxury perfume brands, so you need to know who are the consumers. Luxury perfumes, definitely they won't range anywhere less than 10,000. So who can afford this 10,000? What's their income levels? Where do they live? What are their tendencies? What do they like? Those are the things you need to learn, so that when you're creating something, it's enticing to that person. They're going to love. They're just going to be enticed, and they just want to buy that. Then you need to select the social networks or leverage on the ones that are existing for that brand. Then you need to develop a social media strategy. This one I have said over and over. So in a strategy, you need to include your target audience. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish by the end of a month? What are the values of the company? Which industry information? Like, you need to gather also some information outside about that particular industry. And then what's the brand voice? You'll find if you're doing something to do with jewelry, depending on the jewelry you're doing, if you're doing jewelry that is ocean inspired, so your brand voice should always be something about inspiring, something about the ocean, something about calming effects, something about you connecting to the ocean, and why. Basically, you'll find the brand, you will get the brand voice from how they want, if they already have it. But if you don't, you can always discuss with the client and they can explain to you. Then you need to design your online profiles. So online profiles needs to be designed because you need to optimize them. You need to have a profile that speaks, this is what you do, this is a service you do, so it needs to be very optimized and easily found. Then you, like I said, creating publishing schedules, interacting with users on the platform, so that is the exchange in the comment sections and the DMs. Then you need to increase your reach, both organically and paid. So organically is when you just share something that is very engaging and people engage with it, and they just share, and you use trending songs, trending audios and all that to push your content. Then paid is what now you go into the maybe running an ad. Then you need to track the content performance that is provided in every platform. You're able to see insights, they're called insights. Then make monthly reports. Always make monthly reports. This being is you're able to see a track record of what have I been doing. Is it working? Is it not working? So that's the basic thing I would say about social media management. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next Thursday with a new video, and I will say in between how to put on Saturday how I'm going to put the new video about the software development opportunity. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. So yes, see you next Thursday.